Welcome back to Dark Corners Undead.
Welcome back and Happy New Year.
Yes, Happy New Year. We're starting off with a little apology for not really hitting our target of getting 2 videos a week out this year at all so far. Yeah. We are going to get back onto it, and certainly our target is still to manage to do 2 videos a week, but the new videos just take a little bit more research and a lot more editing to do. And we don't want to skimp on it.
Again, all the videos that we looked at doing for the weekend are ones that we're kind of passionate about doing, and we want to research them and deliver a good product. Yeah. They include such things as The Thing.
The Thing, yes, The Thing is still to come.
Yeah.
We have a top 10 vampires that aren't Dracula, which was co-researched by our Twitter followers.
There we go. I'm going to do Ed Gein at the movies.
That sounds like such a funny title to me. Doing one about Lon Chaney, the original, of course.
Yeah.
Which will be
got a Star Wars one in mind.
Yeah, and we'll certainly, as we did with the Frankenstein franchise, we plan to do other Universal franchises, other Hammer franchises, and we'll just sort of pepper those throughout the year.
Yes.
So, looking forward to doing those. Lots to look forward to.
Yes. But anyway, this week we're going to talk about...
Yeah, this week we're going to talk... Last Undead, we talked about horror films that had come out in 2016. This year we're going to talk about horror films that are coming out in 2017. So you have a list?
Yes. Would you believe me if I told you there is not a single sequel or remake or reboot on the list?
No, I would not believe you.
Would you believe me if I told you they were all sequels, remakes or reboots?
I guess I'd be depressed.
It's pretty damn close to that. We're going to start off with Rings,
which I'm assuming is is that the reboot of the Ring?
It looks like a reboot for the internet generation.
Is that?
Because
I'm assuming that's American.
Obviously the kids today don't know what a videotape is.
Oh right. And 7 days after. And just the concept would throw them so much that they'd lose that much from watching the original film.
Yes. What is this?
Yeah.
Physical media.
It's true. I mean, any film that's set in the past, every time I watch, something like, I don't know, Barry Lyndon or I don't know, some film set at the time of King Arthur, I think, why aren't they in cars? I can't identify with this at all. It just takes me completely out of the moment.
But obviously they don't want to make a period piece of The Ring.
They don't have to remake it at all. It exists.
But it is interesting how technology's changing how you write a film.
Absolutely. There's a great horror film to be made about the internet.
Is there?
Yes,
so.
Absolutely. There is a great horror film to be made about the internet, but remaking an existing one is not the way to do it.
I was thinking more of how everybody has a mobile phone now. So when you're writing a script, you can't ignore the fact that everybody is contactable. While previously, that was a big pain in the ass.
Yeah.
And meant
it's a huge pain in the ass for screenwriters.
You couldn't. It meant you had this really good block of not allowing people to talk. But now a mobile phone makes it really easy and quickly. So there's no fast driving to get to somebody's house because you can just call them up on the mobile.
Yeah. So on the other hand, nobody can. It's much harder for characters to conceivably be isolated now. Yeah. It puts a real block in place, which you see in films like the Wicker Man remake, where his phone comes and goes as the plot demands,
but never really delivers on it.
No.
Anyways, next up is Patient Zero,
which is Zombie One.
Zombie
I
One.
Understand.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Okay.
No,
that's an original one. That's not.
It's an original film on a tired thing.
Yeah, but the 2 original films from last, we had The Girl with All the Gifts and Train to Busan last year, which were both very well received zombie films. So maybe Patient Zero will be good.
Okay. Don't believe you. Next up is
trying to be optimistic.
Kong of Skull Island.
Now that's going to be
Kong Skull Island. I'm not quite sure.
I have absolutely zero time for Kong of Skull Island, Kong Skull Island, whatever it's called. It looks like just another horrible. I don't like the way they treat that film.
Okay,
it's got nothing to do with you.
Behind the scenes information. We recorded this last year, and now we're actually re-recording it. Last year you said that you wouldn't go and see it, and I said we're going to put it up to an audience vote.
We should.
So,
okay.
Audience,
deal.
If you want me to go and see Kong of Skull Island and then give you his honest opinion, vote now. Let us know.
Or if you want to spare me, then Again, vote now. I don't want to see this
If you want to
film. Please
know
don't make me see the
Robin's
film.
feelings on Kong, watch this video over here. And yes.
I
There we
really
go.
don't want to see the film. Please don't make me go.
Next up is The Autopsy of Jane Doe.
Right.
I don't really. It looks like something. I don't know.
At some point, we're just listing films.
You're pretty much going to be listing films here. Next one is Alien Covenant. Not
Right.
Alien Convent, as I've also referred to it in the past.
I'd like to see Alien Convent.
Just all of these aliens with wimples.
Yeah. The alien religious beliefs have never been adequately explained in the Alien franchise so far.
This is
Covenant. Who's directing Covenant? Is that?
It is Scott.
It is Ridley Scott.
Yeah.
And this is the one that sort of bridges Prometheus and Alien. Is that right?
Nobody's really sure.
I hope he is.
I
But it's
don't-
got Michael Fassbender in it playing the.
It does.
But that could be in any role.
Prometheus wasn't well liked, so it's a little unclear whether it's a sequel to a Prometheus or a prequel to Alien.
So I don't really mind. I mind about what the tone is of it because I don't want. I don't want to see more philosophy from Ridley Scott.
I mean, Prometheus. I loved the first third of that film. I thought it was really good, and then the second 2/3 of it was just shit. And I saw that opening weekend in an IMAX, and it's one of the few films that I've come out of where there's been a palatable sense of disappointment.
Right.
So there you go.
So,
That's me on.
Could go either way.
Prometheus.
Could go either way.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
Ridley Scott, has he made this a film since The Martian? Because that was a really good return to form, I thought.
Well, it was-
So he's doing all right.
I thought it was a good film, but I didn't go, oh, that's amazing.
No, amazing. It was incredibly enjoyable, which is something that gets overlooked.
Okay. Next up, Annabelle 2. I think it's that puppet piece of shit. Next
doll.
up, don't need to comment on that. The Mummy remake. Which you talked about.
Which I have. I've talked about the trailer. I've talked about. Again, I'm not going to go and see the Mummy remake.
If anyone's seen, they released a trailer for The Mummy, but they released it with the wrong audio track to it. So instead of having the sound all fully mixed, they just had one soundtrack. So it's just Tom Cruise making noises.
No.
Next up, remake of It.
Really? Oh yeah. I've forgotten
Stephen
momentarily
King,
who's playing.
Stephen King's It.
Yes, I've forgotten who was playing the clown.
I
I can't remember.
tell you who
because
it's not. It's not fucking Tim Curry.
Exactly. That's the problem. I don't know. I know it wasn't the greatest film ever, but I
It
think
wasn't
anything
a film.
with
It was like a
TV special, whatever.
Yeah.
But Tim Curry is just is an irreplaceable persona in a film.
Yeah. So this is an interesting remake.
Okay.
Flatliners. The remake nobody asked for.
Yeah, I don't think anyone was beating the door. I mean, in a way, that's better. You don't want to remake the stuff that people feel really sort of attached to and everything. But I just don't know who bother. I mean, Flatliners has like a loyal following,
Does it?
I would guess.
So do you think there's some
Not
who's
a
got,
big one.
Tell you what, really need to get Flatliners on DVD.
Well, it's always that thing with remakes that kind of confuses me, that when you're doing a remake of a film like that, then there are the people who really like the original, who probably aren't going to go and see the remake. And in the case of Flatliners, I think if you didn't really like the original, then you've probably forgotten about it and are desperate to see it again.
I'm going to guess if you weren't of an age when Flatliners came out, that title means nothing to you.
That's possibly true. So in a way, maybe it's a good choice for a remake, just because a lot of people going to see it aren't going to realise that it's a remake.
Okay, speaking of remakes, Friday the 13th.
Yes, it's been ages since that was remade.
It's actually been quite a while. It was like, I think we looked at it, it was like 7 years or something.
Yeah, since it was,
Shocked me. But it is like the 13th one or 12th one, I don't know where they're up to.
I don't think we really care that much.
No, I don't.
Once you've seen 4, 5, no, Friday the 13th, you've presumably
But
seen them all.
on Friday the 13th, somebody was saying that we should review one, and we haven't reviewed any of them. So let us know in the comments below the worst Friday the 13th, and we will review that. Next up, Saw Legacy.
I think I can just do the same face again.
That's like the 8th Saw film.
I thought that wasn't there one that had sort of like a title that implied it was done. Like Final
Probably,
Cut or
but
something.
they do that with all of them.
Yeah.
This one, $6 Billion Man.
So I'm tentatively interested in $6 Billion Man because I don't have any particular tie to the original, and I can see how an update of that would work because technology has changed so much.
Sounds more.
Which is completely contrary to what I said about Rings earlier. It could be absolutely rubbish, but I don't think it'd be anyone was sort of like holding up the original $6 Billion Man as. I'm not even sure if that was a film, if it was just a TV
It was
show.
a TV series, but he was only worth $6 million back then, wasn't he?
6 million doesn't get you
Don't get you
What you-
recall now. That's why, but that's
what it used to.
that's dramatic increase in costs.
Well, I imagine this is a scene
That's
from the film.
inflation.
They discuss. There's a lengthy scene where they say, 20 years ago we could have done this for 6 million.
There we go. And the last one, not really a horror or sci-fi, but The Greatest Showman, which is about P.T. Barnum.
Well, I don't know where to go with that. I'd like to see, a biopic of P.T. Barnum could be interesting.
Interesting that they're closing the circus down. The Ringling Brothers P.T. Barnum circus is shutting down. So
in a way, it's
just when they're
going
to get all this free attention, it's going to be shut down.
Yeah.
So who's going to torture those animals now?
I suspect.
I suspect someone.
I was going to say sort of like a nice adjunct to our earlier conversations about CGI in previous Undead, which you can find. Greatest Show on Earth, I imagine, will be a film that makes exceptional use of CGI by having animals that can be made to do tricks without actually having the animals there. I think that they'll have CGI elephants and so on.
Hard Corner of the Month?
Yes, Hard Corner of the Month is Fritz Fassbender.
Yes, I'd say most loyal commentator.
I'd say the most complimentary commentator. He never just comments, he's always got something nice to say about
Absolutely.
us. And, that's nice. It makes
very
us feel better.
active during the Horror Smackdown.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, shout out to Fritz Fassbender.
Yeah, and he has requested that we reinstate something we haven't done for a while.
Yes.
Which is the audience vote for what we should, never say review next, but what we should fast track.
Yes.
And was it Fritz who suggested the director?
There's a name just under.
Yes, Ryan Tibbetts.
Yes, so Ryan Tibbett, he
suggested the films of Andy Milligan.
Yeah.
Because we've done none of his films. To be honest, I think I've certainly heard of one of them, which is on the list. I don't think I'd heard of many of the others. So
here we go. So here are 4 that we've picked out at random.
Vote for which one you would like us to review.
Trailers below in the comments.
And if it goes well, obviously we'll probably do others of his. But anyway, the Bloodthirsty Butcher, which is a Sweeney Todd film. Yeah, this is the one I had heard of. The rats are coming, the werewolves are here, which is possibly the greatest title for a film ever.
No, because the greatest title for a film ever is Werewolves on Wheels. Sons of Anarchy with werewolves. Who the fuck wouldn't watch that?
Still, and would have to. Ron Perlman. It's amazing that Ron Perlman has never played a werewolf. How is that possible?
You could keep that cast exactly the same.
Next on the list that you remember, these are films you can vote on. This is Guru, the Mad Monk, which is about a schizophrenic murderous chaplain with a vampire for a mistress and a hunchback as an assistant.
See, when I put that on the list, I thought, oh, the Mad Monk, it's going to be Rasputin.
Rasputin, not so much.
No.
And finally, for this very strung out list, Seeds, which is debauchery and murder, but within a family.
Within a family.
So, anyway, great. So vote on that. Vote on whether or not I have to go and see Kong, Skull Island.
Yep.
You'll be voting not on that. All good?
All good.
Okay, keep watching, keep sharing. See you next time.
Ta-ra.